kati wantu hicho wairokwa wati malonda mpunga ya tujipantazi pala maroja aliwemi na mabridge ovuwa irokwa yuhipwa wantu wamkuza kwa bridge kwa mpunga kongo.
Chama North is among the districts in Zambia that produces rice at the largest scale. Richard Simbaya reporting for MUVI TV News in Chama North, East Province.
The United Party for National Development UPND Alliance has observed the statement attributed to Zambia Must Prosper Party interim leader Kelvin Walefube, commonly known as KBF, during the launch of his political party last Tuesday is treasonous against the sitting president and the head of state. This week, during the launch of his political party, Mr. Walia made a statement of fixing the fixer, reference to President Hakainde Hichilema, whose slogan in the last elections was Bali will fix it. Addressing the media Friday in Lusaka, UPND Alliance spokesperson Dr. Daniel Shimunza said the core is a blazing battle line with a state that protects the sitting president, of which Mr. Bwalia is too small to win. Dr. Shimunza says the Zambia Must Prosper leader should have known better, but he must show cause why the state that protects the sitting president should not be interested in investigating the attack on a sitting president. He further assured the alliance is not shaken by his departure, as Mr. Bwalia contributed less to its formation.
So, President in the United Party for National Development UPND Alliance has denied that the UPND Alliance is dead, as claimed by the departed alliance partner Kelvin Walefube, commonly known as KBF, who left the fraternity to form his party Zambia Must Prosper. Alliance spokesperson Daniel Shimunza told journalists at the press conference held at the alliance headquarters in Lusaka that the UPND Alliance is alive and well.
That the UPND Alliance is alive and well. I don't think we look dead here. The constitutional right of citizens to associate is a fundamental principle of our democracy. This inalienable right for association extends to all alliance partners.
While congratulating KBF for launching his party without any interference from anyone, Shimunza says it was malicious for KBF to form a political party to specifically fix the fixer.
That he has come on the political scene to register his party to fix the fixer. That is a misplaced, self-destructive, treasonous agenda. Is this vision of KBF and Zambia Must Prosper to fix the fixer one that can bring prosperity to Zambia? Surely, do Zambia agree that parties must be formed to fix others? The only fixer known to Zambians is as the 2021 popular campaign adage which read, Bali will fix it. Therefore, this statement is treasonous against a sitting president and head of state. The Council of Presidents observes that Zambia comprises many interest groups, such as the young people, the old, women, and so on. KBF, there is a need to respect the presidency. And when I talk about the presidency, we as a Council of Presidents, we are talking about the office of president. As a UPND Alliance Council of Presidents, it is our considered view that the only fixer who will fix the economy of all its ills is the 7th president of Zambia, and that is the Republican President, Mr. Hakainde.
And other UPND Alliance members who were in attendance has this to say.
Cause for national interest and for the people of Zambia. My colleague here has touched on our past. Surely we came on that platform that we are going to deal with the issues that confront the Zambian people. So if our colleague feels is better placed than this group, then we wish him well. But there was no conditions for us to be in this alliance, and there was no one, including KBF himself, has been very consistent on this one that he never asked for a job. He never asked for a job.
Joanna Ndawala, MUVI TV News in Lusaka.
A ploy in which the PF intends to force the cancellation of Thursday's nominations in the Kabushi and the Kwacha by-election has been unearthed. The former ruling party has allegedly hatched a ploy to bribe independent aspiring parliamentary candidates to withdraw from the race to facilitate for fresh nominations. Young People Against Violence President Moses Kalonde claims the move is aimed at ensuring the PF files for nominations with fresh candidates. Mr. Kalonde has further welcomed the decision by the Commission to reject Bowman Nzambo and Joe Malange's nomination papers. Efforts to get a comment from the PF leadership failed by broadcast time.
He filed his nominations was with us for more than 3 weeks. Therefore, the Electoral Commission is on firm and solid ground not to accept the nomination papers from the two candidates in Mr. Bowman Nzambo and Mr. Joseph Malangi, respectively, according to Article 72(4) of the Constitution of Zambia, as articulated above, as in Article 72(4) of the Constitution of Zambia, as I think this was repeated, about the difference between the New Dawn administration is that it upholds the rule of law, such as the enforcement of the law, as Electoral Commission of Zambia is doing, which was never the case in the past, where the Constitution was very clear that for one to run in a parliamentary election, one has to have a grade 12 certificate, but we ended up with the candidates like Mr. as a member of parliament is provided for under the Constitution of Zambia, and adherence to the provisions of the Constitution affects the rule of law, and it is for this reason, and in light of the extended public interest, that LAS has felt statutory bound to offer its understanding of the law.
An 80-year-old woman of a Melanie compound in Livingston is seeking assistance from well-wishers to help her renovate her house. Olipa Banda, who has been in the house for a while, says the house is in a bad shape, fearing it might collapse soon. She has since called on well-meaning citizens to help her, as she has no means of doing so for herself.
Banda, an 80-year-old woman abandoned in Livingston to support herself financially. She has been in Maloni for some years now, but was worried that her house might not see the golden days like her, as it is on the brink of collapse if no one comes to her aid. Mrs. Banda tells this reporter that she stays all alone, and the condition her house is in is a sorry sight despite having children who can come to her aid in one way or another. She says the situation gets worse, especially in the rainy season, where water enters the house, causing a mini flood in the house.
Vandigwase munganda kundivambira ng'anda nsiwotagwe furo ndikarabu yoso kuina zirimo mukatomo pere tupuranga kuwe habu yozizigabagaba wakara mbonyabwe kamamba oranywe
ati muleni season imvula ilaloka ino mukarabuti
ngambonyabwe yankumatikazira zisenke wabweherera agwanje urisi abanene ikedemu yoso wapwe atumabwe bagwe nabantu bazora mbonyo.
She has since called on well wishes to help her renovating it, as she's unable to find means and ways of doing it on her own. Prudence Mutale reporting for MUVI TV News, Livingston, Southern Province.
You're watching MUVI TV's Men News. We'll take a break. See you shortly.
How to use your home Airtel Money wallet when traveling across Africa. Step 1. Get used to a new place. Step 2. Learn the language and culture. Step 3. Pay your bills in a foreign country using your home Airtel Money wallet. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Electromaster, the best in town, appliances for you. When looking for electrical appliances, think Electromaster, appliances you can trust. Electromaster products include single plate and two plate cookers, electric and microwave ovens, electric kettles, blenders, hand mixers, fruit juicers and mixers, pressing irons, electric pizza pans, sandwich makers, hair blowers, and so much more. Electromaster products are exclusively distributed by Fidelity Stores. Fidelity Stores, quality goods, affordable prices.
As COVID-19 cases keep rising, many business entities are affected and their revenue keeps going down. But together, we can fight COVID-19. Rumpi Enterprises provides you and your organization the safety you require in these hard times of the COVID-19 pandemic by using effective disinfectants procedures such as knockdown and residual disinfecting that helps prevent and get rid of COVID-19. We do knockdown and residual disinfecting procedures for homes, offices, hospitals, churches, and many more. Protect yourself and the people around you and get your business running with our powerful trusted disinfectants. Call Rumpi Enterprises on 0955 767835 or 0955 992230 or come to the third floor, room 3, Tazara House, corner of Dedan Kimati and Independence Avenue. Follow us on Facebook, Rumpi Enterprises Limited. Always remember to observe the COVID-19 guidelines. Mask up, sanitize, social distancing, and staying.
Welcome back. In other news, Lapula Province Acting Commanding Officer Daniel Mseteka has appealed to the local authority to consider completing the construction of a police post in Milenge district, which has stalled since 2018. The news reports that Mr. Mseteka said this when he inspected the complete infrastructure. Mr. Mseteka adds that completing the construction of Milenge police post would enable the department be upgraded to a police station. Earlier, Milenge District Administrative Officer Chola Kanonka revealed the police officer shared two makeshift structures for their operations, adding that the front desk is also used as a detention cell. He states the building does not have an ablution block, a situation which poses a healthy challenge to both officers and suspects. Mr. Kanonka adds the police officers in the area cannot be promoted to their befitting ranks since they are operating under a police post. He says the police officers report to Samfya Police Station, which is over 150 kilometers away from Milenge District. Meanwhile, Milenge Town Council Chairperson Clement Mwila says the local authority is ready to fund the completion of the project using Constituency Development Fund (CDF).
For a long time now, the Zambia Police Department in Milenge District has been using this structure as an office and a cell at the same time. In 2015, government embarked on the construction of a police station and 3 staff houses in the area. However, the works which were being done by Lamosa Construction Company stalled in 2016. The construction works briefly resumed in 2018 and reached wall plate level before stalling due to lack of funding. Lapula Province Commanding Officer has inspected the incomplete project.
If CDF possibly can be channeled towards the completion of this building, the better. By that, it will mean that there will also be increase of manpower here to police the entire area. You know, we're just bordering with the Congo DR here. So we need our boundaries to be well secured by having a lot of manpower here.
The officer in charge, the CIO, they are using one room. When we have attained the district status, then men and women in uniforms, they will be promoted to the rank befitting the district status. So hence this building is very important. So let me assure you that as district administration, we are going to make sure that this infrastructure is completed.
Meanwhile, the local authority is ready to fund the project using Constituency Development Fund. Linda Mupemo, Zanis, Milenge District, Lopela Province.
Lands and Natural Resources Minister Elijah Muchima, accompanied by legal officers from his ministry and Director of Lands, among other officers, were in the Chibombo district to resolve some land disputes that have rocked the district. Chibombo residents have allegedly reasoned against a Chinese-owned farm growing marigold for closing up access roads, digging of trenches, which has affected the grazing of animals of the local people. The Chinese-owned 5,600 hectares, but the council, through its chairman Newton Yelati, claimed the land could even be about 7,000 hectares. The residents are also wondering how the said huge chunk of land was acquired. The farm in question was acquired in 2017 and is about 25 kilometers from Chibombo town. Zema Director General Dr. Dauti Chibamba, with other Zema staff, also accompanied the minister. The minister has since ordered Chengguang Baltic Company to immediately suspend the digging of trenches around its farm, which have angered community members.
He is one of the livestock farmers who have been affected by these trenches constructed by Chengguan Biotech Company in Chibombo district. The trenches are barricading community members from accessing Lunjofa River, the Lukanga swamps, and other Dambo areas, which have for a long time been a source of water and grazing land for their livestock. Lands and Natural Resources Minister Elijah Muchima has since visited the area.
Chatupanga affected wakurita ngombe taku alimui myunda yonse bayiwesa ma
suspend the digging trenches despite the company manager claiming they security reasons.
Sometimes we have lost or lost small river because there are some, not many people, but still things from the farm.
Until the report has come out and until we finish these investigations, stop digging the trenches.
Yeah,
stop them immediately.
Okay.
If aware you have come to dig a trench before we conclude this matter, your license or your title deed will be withdrawn. We need to verify these issues with respect to investment and your title. But what it is at the moment is stop that activity.
The residents of Mwarufakula, Molabo, and Chingumana villages have disputed the size and the boundaries of the land acquired by the investor. Trevor Luwala, Zanis News, Chibombo District.
Kazangula District, the census coordinator, Humphrey Mpipa, has called on both traditional and civil leaders in the area to be supportive by encouraging community members to fully participate in the ongoing exercise. Speaking in Kazangula District during the flagging off of the census exercise, Mr. Mpipa says the 2020 census of population and housing aims at ensuring both buildings and people are counted, hence the need for everyone in the district to participate. And Kazangula District Commissioner Elias Yamipila says government is committed in ensuring the exercise is a success in helping government to plan for prospective generations.
Kazangula District has finally deployed the 2022 Zamstart team ahead of the ongoing census of population and housing under the theme Everyone Counts. The district had over 700 plus applicants who were later reduced to 350 plus. The training, which was spearheaded by zonal coordinators, has finally been able to see to it that everyone is aware of what is involved in the 2022 census. Kazungula District Census Coordinator Humphrey Pipa says participation from both traditional leadership and civil society is much cardinal in ensuring that everyone participates.
They are now being deployed into their respective ward, and within the ward, they will be deployed into their respective schools according to the geography of the assigned enumeration. From please receive these enumerators as they come, support them, help them everywhere as possible in terms of locating households in the district. Remember.
Meanwhile, Kazungula District Commissioner Elas Yamibira says government expects results.
One, remember what you are mandated to do. We have to score what is the percentage we had agreed? 100%. 100%. We should not leave anyone, no village should be left, or any individual should be left. Everyone must be enumerated. Are we agreeing? Yes. Your behavior, you remember you are under oath. You must be exemplary. Your behavior must depict a GRZ worker.
A representative from the enumerators, Liberty Sikasuntwe, says they are grateful to government for the platform as it will enable them increase in their livelihood despite being left during the previous teachers' recruitment.
As many of us who were even left out during the recruitment process for the teachers, representing my fellow teachers, those who were left out, I think we appreciate it. With us, this is an A+ for the government. It has done wonders through us and representing our families. This is what we feel the government should be doing.
The 2022 Census of Population and Housing will ensure that both buildings and people are counted as stated. Visual Mambo, MUVI TV News, Kazungula District.
We go for another set of commercials. Still to come as more news items. Stay tuned.
How do you do that? I'm listening. Hey! Hey! Whoa! Hey! 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 Something like that.
Are you at home and want an easier and faster way to access and manage your Airtel account? Download the My Airtel app from your app store. Open the app, enter your phone number, click on Request OTP, enter your one-time PIN, and congratulations! You can now use the My Airtel app to top up, pay bills, send money, and much more. Be smart, be safe.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back. We'll continue with the news. Minister of Labour and Social Security Brenda Tambatamba has called on Actuarial Society of Zambia to enhance its relevance, visibility and importance of the profession. Ms. Tambatamba encourages the society to reach out to the entire financial service industry and not only to pension and insurance industry. She said this during a courtesy call paid on her by delegation from the Actuarial Society of Zambia, led by the association president Mlinga Mutati. Ms. Tambatamba expresses happiness the society has joined hands with academia, the pensions and insurance sectors as in growing the Zambian building capacity in the profession servicing the nation and the region. Speaking earlier, the Actuarial Society of Zambia President Malenga Matati discloses the growth of this profession will resolve the current challenges that institutions of higher learning are facing, where graduates are complaining that there are no jobs for actuarial professions in the country. Ministry of Health Permanent Secretary for Technical Services, Professor Lakson Kasonga, says early screening of tuberculosis is important. This follows statistics which have revealed that every year 2,000 people die from the disease in Zambia, while 60,000 new infections are recorded annually. Recently, government announced that it had introduced a screening for TB among COVID-19 patients and those who had recovered from the disease. Professor Kasonga says early detection will help to tackle the disease quickly. National Coordinator for Tuberculosis and Leprosy Program, Dr. Patrick Lungu, says 307 people out of every 100 people has tuberculosis.
Causes of death in Zambia. And despite the multiple interventions over a number of decades, the burden of TB across the globe and in particular the Southern African region remains concerningly high. The TB incidence rate in Zambia currently stands at 307 per 100,000 population. This translates into at least 60,000 new TB infections every year. In spite of the burden of TB remaining high, in the last 2 decades, Zambia has made significant progress in reducing the TB incidence rate. As a country, we have managed to reduce the TB incidence from 761 per 100,000 in the year 2000 to
TB because of the similarities between the two diseases, and equally the additional risks of persons living who have survived or who have COVID have of having tuberculosis. And secondly, we're equally screening all TB patients for COVID because the two diseases, as earlier said, are similar. So just to share the data that we have currently at national level, that at least 9 to 10% of persons who have COVID or have survived from COVID actually were found with active TB disease. And on the other hand as well, about 2.5 to 3% of TB patients.
There has been a surge of undocumented migrants entering the Southern African region. The development has presented with it a complex transactional criminal activities. Zambian Police Deputy Inspector General in charge of operations Milna Muyambago says in order to tackle the scourge, regional enforcement agencies require capacity building in new trends, investigative methods and continued collaboration. Mr. Muyambago made the remarks at the closure of a 5-day train the trainers course on trafficking in persons and smuggling of migrants organized by Interpol Regional Bureau. The course attracted participation from over 31 police officers drawn from 13 countries from SADC region. The aim of the course was to equip regional police officers with the knowledge on how to tackle trafficking in human beings and smuggling migrants.
Let me first of all and foremost appreciate the convener of this regional training by conveying my profound gratitude to the SADC Secretariat, UNODC, Interpol and SAPO for their generous support to this very important and empowering training course in the trafficking in persons and smuggling of migrants. Hosting such an important training is only the singular honor and a moment of pride for the host nation. Ladies and gentlemen, reports of undocumented immigrants entering the region illegally depict an increase in the scale and exploitation of criminal activities which have become a complex worldwide threat. And that of this, police organizations require capacity building in new trends, investigative methods, and continued collaboration. This is the only way to curb the complexity and sustained modus operandi of these criminal syndicates for the human traffickers, trafficking in persons and smuggling of migrants. Crimes are international. Organized crimes through successful investigation and prosecution, human cooperation, intelligence sharing, and commitment among member states. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the benefits of regional training programs are immense and include sharing of experiences and best practices. I'm therefore hopeful that the knowledge, skills, and opportunities, as well as actions that the concept participants have gained, will be imparted to our operatives who are food soldiers who on a daily basis come into encounters with human traffickers. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be aware that much activities and knowledge that trafficking persons essentially require the same skills as other serious crimes. It is widely acknowledged that the dimension could be slightly different.
Zambian music. Rest of us, please also involved.
Thank you, sir.
Coming up next is sports news, but first, let's take a break.
Now experience 4G speeds on your 3G device with the Airtel 4G Pocket Wi-Fi.
As COVID-19 cases keep rising, many business entities are affected and their revenue keeps going down. But together, we can fight COVID-19. Rumpi Enterprises provides you and your organization the safety you require in these hard times of the COVID-19 pandemic by using effective disinfectants procedures such as knockdown and residual disinfecting that helps prevent and get rid of COVID-19. We do knockdown and residual disinfecting procedures for homes, offices, hospitals, churches, and many more. Protect yourself and the people around you and get your business running with our powerful trusted disinfectants. Call Rumpi Enterprises on 0955 Room 3, Tazara House, corner of Dedan Kimati and Independence Avenue. Follow us on Facebook.
Istana ya Afrika ya kupende chalo Akamwana kanono no msepela kuikala chapamo.
The Zambia Statistics Agency will this year conduct the 2021 census across the country. The census aims to count people in households, rural and urban, hospitals in a house, and those in transitory locations. Every person in the country, the old people, as well as persons with disabilities. Everyone counts. This message is brought to you by the Zambia Statistics Agency.
mwe bantu tiyentipangeko ndirama pamene tiyembekezera grand draw mungawine up to 2000 star 13275 star 5 hash sendi mungankhaleleni mamotoka BMW 650i. Catch us on the live broadcast of the new deal game show every day at 17 to 18 hours. So play the game, play the game, play the game, play the game.
Welcome back. In other news, a former Secretary to the Treasury, Fredson Yamba, former magistrate courts on 5 charges of a failure to comply with laid-down procedure. The charges are in relation to the infamous FTJ Chiluba University and the Ministry of Higher Education. In this matter, Mr. and former Ministry of Education employees, Joseph Ntele. The matter has since been adjourned. In sports news, former Zambian national team caught in Lusaka Friday morning. In 1976, Banda became the first indigenous track 9 years later. After being part of the bronze medal-winning technical bench at the 1982 Africa Cup of Nations (AFCON), Banda won the council for Eastern Central Africa Football Association. FASA General Secretary said the association with the football family is being held in Shimabala. We end the news on that note. A recap of the top stories. A ploy in which the PF allegedly intends to refound nominations in the 2 by-elections and angles the heat Chibombo district as minister moves in to address them. And finally, in sports news, Chipolo for water.
Share of cool cash prizes ranging from 500 kwacha to 2,000 kwacha on our daily draws. 2,000 kwacha